Good afternoon, everybody. I hope my screen is visible. Okay. So yeah, this is first question for today. Fairly simple. It is not an MSQ. It's an MCQ one answer question. You're given 4 different kinds of kettle. What you have to guess is which of these kettle can hold the maximum or the highest or the most amount of water when they're placed on a horizontal or a plane surface. You please start writing your answers in the chat box if you have found it, okay? Ananya Patel, wrong answer. Devansh, correct answer. Kritika, Vanshika, Diye, wrong answers. Pant, correct answer. Neil, Feni, wrong answers. Zeel, wrong answer. Diye, correct answer. All right. So here I'll just draw a line and you will be able to guess which is the highest one. So if you look at the red line which I've drawn, based on that, option A will cover the maximum amount of water. And if I extend that line further, the top, the rim of the mark shown in option A is almost the rim of the spout. The spout, this is the spout of the water jug. They both coincide, which means that when the water is full in option A, in jug A, this water won't come out of this. It will reach just the tip of it. It won't come out, but it will just reach just the tip of it. While in case of option B, C, and D, the highest water level will be somewhere here. I'll draw all the lines, okay? So for B, the highest water level will be somewhere here. For option C, the highest water level will be somewhere here. And for option D, the highest water level will come somewhere here. So based on this, option A is the one which has the maximum water level of all the 4. Is it clear? Any doubts? Oh, all right. We'll move to the next one then. Here you are given 2 different colored sheets. It's a grid, and then there are 2 different color sheets. What you have to do guess is when both of them they come together, which of the option will be the correct one? It is an MCQ based question. Only one answer is correct. Navya, wrong answer. Kritika, correct answer. Pant, wrong answer. No, Kavya, wrong answer. Zeel, wrong answer. Ananya Patel, correct answer. Tanisha, correct answer. Diye, correct answer. Vanshika, wrong answer. All right. So in this case, I'll just draw the issues, the places where there are issues, okay? And you will be able to guess what is the problem from that, just that. Madhav, it is MCQ, so only one answer is correct. Devansh, that is the correct answer. All right. So in case of option A, if you look at this part, and if you compare that with this part, we have a problem. Okay. When I look at option B, one second. Yeah. In case of option B, if I look at this part and then I compare that with this part, I have some issue because here instead of red, yellow color should be there. In case of option C, if I look at, sorry, just change the color. Yeah. If I look at this part and if I look at, one second, this part, there is an issue because it should be cyan and here it's given yellow. So option A, B, and C are wrong, and that leaves us with option D, which is the correct one. You can compare all the colors in option D, they are correct. They are cross-checked it. There. It's really a matter of observation. I will actually start with the color black. Now, if I compare all the colors of black which are seen here, roughly in A, B, C, D, they look the same. So I will say, there might be some possibility के black color का problem नहीं होगा. या फिर if I just compare C with A, B, D, the option C with A, B, and D for color black, C is clearly wrong because C में ये जो this diagonal, I'll just mark. There, this diagonal which you see here, it's wrongly placed. It should be one step down. यहाँ पे और यहाँ पे. So option C gets eliminated just by black very clearly. Then I'm left with A, B, and D. When I look at A, B, and D, by comparing it, I can see that there's some issue with the color yellow. So I will just pick the yellow color, and then yellow color जो middle वाला area है, वहाँ पे 3 yellow blocks है in linear block. और उसके नीचे यहाँ पे एक और yellow block ऐसे आ रहा है. So I will just look at those that 2 rows, this row and this row. I will just look at these 2 rows. When I just look at these 2 rows for yellow color, option A automatically gets eliminated because of this cyan color which is coming. Option B also gets eliminated because of that same issue of yellow color. And then I'm left with just option D, which is the answer for me. See, in this case, instead of looking at, instead of adding these 2 grids together, take one color at a time. So, I first started with black. Very evidently, I can check the black color. Black से eliminate हुआ, एक option eliminate हुआ, उससे 3 option बचे. For the 3 option, I just looked at them and then I felt कि yellow color में कुछ गड़बड़ है. There is some issue with yellow color because it's placed where everything is coming very differently for yellow color. With the yellow color, I saw which of the 2 grids have maximum yellow color. Then I came up with this row where there were 3 yellow colored blocks placed together. So I started with that, and नीचे वाला उसका जो row है where a yellow color block will come, I just went with these 2 rows and then I eliminated automatically A and B, and then I'm left with the answer. Very easily you can do. Don't mix these 2 together and then look for the correct answer. Go for elimination in this case. You will always feel that option A correct hai, whereas option A mein maximum people had written option A here, by the way. Option A mein there's just this minute thing which is wrong, and you might be answering the wrong answer because of that issue. Okay, finding just one issue is very difficult. So go with this kind of method. Start with very evident. In this case, the evident was black. Then go with the maximum color, the color which has maximum variation. वो variation का पकड़ो, उसमें eliminate करते जाओ by comparing, and then you will arrive at the correct one. I hope, is this clear? Any doubts in this case? All right, we'll move to the next one then. Here you are given a landing position, different positions of an airplane, and what you have to find is which is the correct landing position for the plane to land very smoothly on the airport runway. You have to find the correct picture. This is not an MSQ, this is an MCQ, which means only one answer is correct here. Ananya Patel, wrong answer. One second, what's that? Feni, correct answer. Vanshika, Devansh, Priya, Kritika, wrong answers. Ananya, wrong answer. Tanisha, Devansh, correct answer. Zeel, wrong answer. Ananya, correct answer. Ananya Patel, correct answer. Neil, correct answer. Vanshika, correct answers. Priya, wrong answer. All right, in this case, the correct answer is the option C. What happens is if you are landing on the single, if you're landing on the single wheel which is seen in the front, there's a possibility that it might not be able to take that much of thrust. So that's why when you land, the first thing to touch the ground this wheels, and then the front wheel comes rolling down. With case of option A and D, option D, it's quite steep position. So there's a possibility that by the time the wheels touches the ground, this part, which is there, might have, rubbed or brushed very badly against due to friction. So that's why option C, we'll choose that. Okay. Any doubts, any questions? All right, we'll move to the next one then. So here you are given this kind of a figure. What you have to find is the perimeter of the rhombus, which is the perimeter of the rhombus, which is seen over here. What is the perimeter of this rhombus? How do you do this? I don't want the answer, okay? How do you solve this? We're trying to solve this kind of question. How do you solve this? Any suggestions? How do I find rhombus? You know, all sides are equal in a rhombus. So how do I find the one side of that rhombus? And what is known to us is 5 PQ and QR is 5, which makes the radius of the circle PR to be 10. The radius of the circle is 10. So because PQ is equal to PR, which is equal to 10, PQ is equal to QR, sorry. That makes the radius PR to be 10. This is 5, sorry. PQ is equal to QR is equal to 5. That makes the radius PR to be 10. We know that much here. And we know that the rectangle that we see is inscribed in the circle. That's all we know. How do we go ahead with finding the side of the rhombus, one side of the rhombus?
Ma'am, with the help of radius, we can find the one. Ma'am, this side of square we can find. By that we can find one side of.
Okay. So how do I find this side then? By the radius.
Ma'am, if we make a line over here, this is also the radius of the circle. And then by Pythagoras theorem, we can find this side. And then from that, we can find the side of the rhombus too.
All right. Good one. You're just missing one point. I think Ananya, you're just missing one point. You are right about this. Ye radius. She was right about this part. This is the radius, right? But after that, I will automatically find what is the side of the rhombus just by that information. How?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
I don't need to do the Pythagoras. Do I need to do the Pythagoras? This is a rectangle, right?
Yeah, ma'am. If we do Pythagoras.
Hold on. Just wait. If this is a rectangle, right? ये जो मैंने पिंक कलर का बॉक्स दिया है वो रेक्टेंगल है. Is that correct? So in a rectangle, do we have a rule that both the diagonals are equal? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
So if both the diagonals are equal, does that mean that the one side of the rhombus, which is, if I say this is x, okay? So I'm saying this is x, which is here. Can I say py and qx, they are same?
Yes.
Which means if this is py is 10, xq has to be 10. Can I say that? Is it possible?
Yes, ma'am.
So radius, आपको एक side मिल गया diagonal का. So you have to add that 4 times, which makes the perimeter to be how much? 40. You don't need to go through Pythagoras here. Just by solving this geometry, you will get it. It's just cracking that one simple line, bas, nothing more. Clear? So the answer is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, which is 40. This is 10. This is also 10. This is also 10. And this is also 10. इसमें किसी को कोई doubt है? Any doubts, any question in this? Okay. किसी को कुछ confusion है? Any confusion in this question? All right, fine. ठीक है. We'll move to the next one then. This is an MSQ based question, so one or more answers are possible in this. You are given this octahedron solid geometry. You're given this octahedron geometry, and it is cut by a plane into 2 pieces. Okay, this geometry is cut by a plane into 2 pieces. That's what is given. What are the possible shapes of the cross section? Could be, is it triangle? Is triangle a possibility? Square a possibility? A pentagon हो सकता है या hexagon आ सकता है? It's MSQ based. One or more answers are correct here. Devansh, wrong answer. In this case, imagine the shape, go option by option, triangle here. So how will I cut this to get a triangle? Think about it. And then go option by option by option. Okay. Ananya Patel, wrong answer. Priya, wrong answer. Ananya Patel, you're missing one option. Jay, wrong answer. I hope it's clear, which is possible, okay? You don't have to find which are the shapes which are not possible. You have to find which are the shapes which are possible. Just take 5 minutes, really think about it. It's very simple, very simple. Ananya, partially correct answer. You're missing one option. Priya, partially correct answer. You're missing one option. Vanshika, wrong answer. Ananya Patel, correct answer. Ananya, correct answer. Okay. I'll just move to the next one, this slide. Just look at this slide. You'll get it. This is a hexagon. So if I cut the slice at an angle of maybe 45 degree, like this, as seen in the first option, I will get a hexagon. This is the section plane. This is how it is cut at an angle 45 degree. You will get a hexagon. Simple cross section from top, you get a square. Another cross section cutting from the top to the bottom with somewhere at ye top, the middle point of this edge, ye edge ka middle point and the opposite edge ka middle point, when you meet them together, what you get is a rhombus. This is just for your information, okay, by the way. And another option is you take this top, take iska middle point, the middle point of this half part, uska middle point ke sath coincide karo. Vertically, you slice it down. So from this part, you go, 1 second. From this part, you go like this. Then you go like this. So that is a pentagon here. So the correct answer here is square, pentagon, and a hexagon. Triangle is not possible. Triangle is one of the faces. In an octahedron, in whichever direction you cut, you won't get a triangle. Triangle is the face of it, but you won't be getting in a cross section. So B, C, and D are correct here.
Ma'am, can you explain how come D?
How come? Square? Hexagon?
D, yeah.
Hexagon?
Yes, ma'am.
So hexagon ऐसे काटा है. 1 second. Hexagon के लिए, what you have to do is you have to take the middles. 1 second. इसका ये वाला जो edge है आपका, उसका middle point लो. The middle point of this edge coincides with the middle point of this edge. ये दोनों edge का coincide, मतलब basically हर एक edge जो है आपका, उसका middle point आप लेते जाओ, you will get a hexagon eventually. A plane which connects the middle point of all the edges of an octagon is where you get a pentagon. So in this case, if I have to draw, इसका पीछे का line आएगा ऐसे कहीं पे. The back line will be somewhere like this, like this. It connects here, it goes down. It's here, it connects here. Sorry. It's difficult to draw in a non-solid geometry, sorry. So basically what this plane is, it's connecting, you have to connect basically all the, so if I look at it, it's all the vertices fall on the middle points of all the edges, outer edges. That's where you get it. And those points where you have to slice the edges, they are one, the back, this edge gets sliced, another edge which gets sliced at the back, another edge which gets sliced here. So basically opposite edges ka slice karo up middle points and you will get a hexagon. This is the hexagon.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Here, people who have played Tetris, you may have an advantage in solving this, okay? So this is a game of Tetris and there are these different pieces which are given here at the bottom. There are options. This is MCQ based, okay, questions, only one answer is correct here. In this case, what you have to do, what is given is rotating and flipping these shapes is not allowed. You have to use the shape as it is. You can move the shapes around, that is okay, but you can use the shapes as they are given. What you have to do is, we have to find a combination, which of these combinations which are given in option A, B, C, D will allow you to have maximum number of horizontal black colored rows. The hint for getting the correct answer here is start from where you have the bottom, okay? Start from the place where you have the bottom. and look at why, whether or not you will require a horizontal four tiled line or not. That's another hint, because there are many horizontal four tiled lines, except for one case. So do you require that or do you don't require that? Devansh, Kavya, correct answer. Priya, correct answer. Vanshika, wrong answer. Tanisha, Kritika, correct answer. Ananya Patel, correct answer. Ananya, correct answer. All right. So in this case, see the best hint here, which allows you to find directly the correct answer is, do I require a horizontal four tiled line or not? That's a basic question. Now, if I were to place a horizontal four tiled line, and in the case where rotating and flipping is not allowed, which means I have to use the horizontal line as it is, this horizontal line, which is there. That's what I'm saying. So if I were to use this horizontal line as it is, there is only one possible, there are a few possibilities where it can be placed. So I can place it here. I can place that line here and here. Otherwise, I can place that line here. What it means is, in the case where in a case which such as this, these two which are there here, these two cases, it is still possible to get to two black colored lines, but then again I need three tiled lines or somewhere to which some possibility where I can fill this part, or some possibility where I can fill this whole part. So thus wise, it is a horizontal tile line might or might not help me that much, because I'm still left with a lot of area to be filled up. So that's why I will strictly eliminate the one with two black colored lines, because saying that it's not possible to fill out any other things. If I were to, if I hold the option A and D for a while, and I say, okay, option C is the one where there is no horizontal line. Let me just try doing that. I will just assume that position first, because I know for sure that I might not require a horizontal line there. With option C, you have this fourth thing which is there. So I have a possibility of placing that here. I have another possibility to place the first shape here. Okay, that's possible. I also have another possibility to place another shape like that, the opposite of 4. 1 second. Sorry, the vertical line which is there, I have the possibility to, I think, place it somewhere there if I want to. And then I am left with the opposite 4. Where will I place the opposite 4? I want to fill the base 1. So I might place the opposite 4 somewhere here. So that way I get 1, 2, 3. I get at least 3 completely filled black colored lines, which is like the maximum possibility which can be achieved. In either of the cases where you have horizontal line, the line might get stuck. It literally might get stuck somewhere filling just either this 2 part or it might fill this part, leaving the bottom empty. So in either of the cases such as A, B, and D, even if you try a number of iterations, you will always get 2 black colored line and not 3. In this case, we are getting 3 at least. That's why I will go with the option C here. Is that clear? Any doubts, any questions you have? Okay. We'll move to the next one then. So you are given you're given one iteration of an arrangement. So that arrangement has a screen. 1 second, just. So in that iteration, you are given a yellow colored screen. And then 3 and 1 are, the one is a grass, sorry, 1, 2, and 3 are cutouts, in which the first one is an elephant cutout, which is the bigger plate, which is floating here. The smaller plate, which is floating here, the third number is a tree cutout. The second one, which is a longer one, is a grass cutout, which is happening at the bottom. So there is a grass cutout, which is happening at the bottom. There is a bigger one, which is a tree cutout, which looks like this. And then, an elephant cutout, which looks like this. And then there's a smaller one, which is a tree cutout, which looks like this in elevation. When a light source is placed such as that, this is how screen 1 will appear by this arrangement. Now this arrangement 1 is changed to arrangement 2, where the tree cutout is placed little bit closer to the light source. The elephant cutout is placed little bit closer to the screen, away from the light source. And the position of the grass cutout stays as it is. What you have to find is what will screen 2 look like. Devansh, wrong answer. Feni, correct answer. Kritika, wrong answer. The clue here is to look for what happens to a cutout when it is placed closer to a light source. What happens, answer this question, what happens to a cutout when it is placed closer to a light source? Just answer to that question and you will get the correct answer here. Kritika, correct answer. Sorry, Kritika, wrong answer. Tanisha, correct answer. Kavya, wrong answer. Ananya and Kritika Punjabi, again given in the given answer, which is correct. Zeel, wrong answer. Pant, correct answer. Priya, correct answer. Devansh, correct answer. Navya, wrong answer. Ananya Patel, correct answer. Okay. In this case, the correct answer is the option B. Why I asked you the question, what happens to a cutout when it is placed near the light source? What you can see the iteration very clearly when the first cutout of the elephant is placed slightly nearer to the light source. It appears bigger than the tree cutout. In this case, the tree cutout in the arrangement 2, the tree cutout is placed even closer to the light source, which means the tree will look the maximum. It looked really big. So thereby, when I go by that kind of a iteration, I'm left with option A and option B both. How will I eliminate option B is by this simple method. I will look at in arrangement 1, how is the elephant cutout placed? What is the distance? So here the elephant cutout is placed in the first, second, third, and the fourth row. When in the fourth row, this is what the height of the elephant looks. In arrangement 2, the elephant cutout is placed in the sixth row. I think this is the sixth. This appears to be the sixth row. Thereby, it should appear even smaller than what it is looking here. In option A, it appears bigger than the size as it is appears in screen 1, and that's why I will eliminate option A, and thus I will choose option B. Simple method. Okay. By first rule of what happens to an object when it is closer to the light sources appears bigger. I narrowed it down to 2 options, A and B, because that is the place where the tree is looking big. In the other 2 cases, the tree is almost the size of how it appears in screen 1, in the arrangement 1, as I can see here. The arrangement, so you have to literally go by the grid. This is first placement, second placement, third placement, fourth and fifth and sixth. So in this case, the 3 arrangement is placed in the 5th row, where it appears almost this height. And this is even smaller, which means that it has to be even more away, further away from it. And that's why I will say that B, C and D possible hi nahi hai because of the height of the tree. It has to be either A and B. Between A and B, I will check for the height. When this cutout of the elephant is placed in the 4th row, it appears so big in screen 1. Thus, when it is placed in the 6th row, it should appear even smaller than what it is looking in screen 1. The one which is seen in option B is smaller than the one which is seen in screen 1, and that's why I will choose option B. Very clear. Okay. Option A is bigger cutout, or bigger cutout actually than what is seen here, and that's why option A is eliminated. Any doubts, any questions in this? This kind of question is getting repeated. Okay, this is a question which has repeated in 2021, and lastly uske pehle bhi ek baar in either 16 or I don't remember exactly, or it was in CEED. Either of them, this kind of question was asked. So it's an important typology that way. Okay, typology, not question. But don't appear randomly. Don't go by if you're going by observation, be very confident about it. Okay, but justify logically karne ka. In case in any UCEED, CEED, NATA or any NID question, justify your answer logically. Go by observation, but then justify it just logically. You won't go wrong. Okay, this is Amul logo. You have to guess which is the correct logo of Amul. Of all the 4 options which are given, 1 answer is correct. Okay, not more than 1 answers are correct here. Very simple. Ananya, okay, 1 second. Ananya, wrong answer. Neil, correct answer. Zeel, correct answer. Priya, correct answer. Devansh, wrong answer. Kritika, correct answer. Vanchika, correct answer. Ananya, correct answer. Tanisha, correct answer. Penny, wrong answer. Navya, correct answer. In this case, the correct answer is option D. Option D is the correct one. The difference between A and D is just this part. Just this part. इसमें ये नीचे जा रहा है, उसमें वो ऊपर जा रहा है, and the curve here is different. If you look at the logo of Amul, it's actually like this. So option D, correct as well. You can get confused between A and D. There's an easy possibility. But go with this one. Okay. We'll move to the next one now. Observation based question again, perspective mein. This is a perspective observation based question. You're given a handle. Here you're given a handle. Here you are given a cup and you have to guess what will be the position of the handle of all the 4 options. It's a drawing of a mug, okay? How will the drawing of the handle appear in the mug? You also have to check the edges, okay? Look at these edges. 1 second. Look at the way these edges are connected. You have to literally take this as a drawing itself and see which of the options will fit appropriately based on the curves and based on how the edges are happening and based on the way this fold is happening. Okay,
Ma'am, the handle will be at the right hand side or it will be back side, means the square given, a rectangle shown is in that.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? Hello? Hello?
Ma'am, the handle will be shown in the rectangle area. It will come that side?
Yes, it will come there. The handle will come in the rectangle area that is shown here. Okay, one very basic question. How will it terminate? Sorry, how will it start and how will it terminate? Just very basic thing. Am I not able to answer? Yeah, okay. Will it terminate like how it is seen here and here? Or will it terminate how it is seen in option C? So option C में ऐसा दिया है कि यहाँ पे और यहाँ से आएगा कहीं पे. And option B, A और D में अलग position दिया है. Also, how will it end? Like the bottom part, how will it fix? So will it ऐसे जाके when it terminates at the bottom, will these 2 points be in alignment with each other or will they be like this? The correct answer in this case is option B. Okay. A lot of you has given C. A lot of you have answered D also. Option B is the correct one here. Why? Because iska position, just by this placement, niche when it goes, when the handle hides behind, it the edge gets defined by the edge of the mug gets defined by this vertical surface. So naturally the bottom has to be vertical, which is there in option B and also in option A. Option C, maybe the same thing is happening, but in option C, we have an issue with this part. Isme, if that has to be correct, the handle has to come somewhere like this. And then, and then it does that, and then it comes here. And then it comes here. But then in that case, if this is where it terminates, so yahan pe it has to happen something like this. It has to come somewhere like this, which is a little bit problematic to some extent.
Ma'am, in option C, if we see the handle doesn't start like directly from the edge of the circle upside.
Yeah. So even if you place it, see, if you place it here, no, यहाँ पे आप place करोगे ये line को, so this line has to extend further than this line. Okay, so that's why it's not possible.
I'm saying that if the handle starts from distance from the edge, upside up edge of the cup, if
can you draw
somewhat
it
back?
Yeah, can you draw it here? What are you saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Are you drawing? I'm not. Okay.
So, ma'am, if the handle starts from that, then if we see, then it will be slanting.
But the curve will be different. ये जो curve है वो अलग होगा. You see, if your handle is starting from here, so see, if it's starting from here, the curve of which is given, it has to be a different kind of a curve. पीछे hide नहीं होगा इसका curve. इसका curve आगे दिखेगा. With case of option C. So option C, that's why it's not possible, because इसमें ये वाला जो curve है, it's problematic if you are placing it in that position.
Okay, ma'am, I understand.
This curve is a problem in that case. That's why I'll choose this one, option B. वो पीछे जाएगा, it goes back यहाँ से. The curve is not a problem, and then it hides at the vertical. The vertical is aligned. These two are also aligned, और ये curve भी problematic नहीं आएगा when it goes behind. So it will look somewhere like this. Which is kind of a correct iteration of this edge, and also the curve, which is the bend, which is happening. It can come down also. I just drew it ताकि वो edge का आपको समझ में आए. It can happen slightly at the bottom also. That's possible. Okay. Clear? Doubts? Okay, we'll move to the next one. This is very simple, actually. Here you are given some sequence. You're given this sequence. You have to find the middle letter. It is a sequence, okay? you're given this sequence F, K, there's a middle part, something question mark, and then UZ. You have to find which letter will replace that. Navya, Tanisha, Feni, correct answer. Pant, correct answer. Devansh, wrong answer. Ananya Patel, wrong answer. Ananya, correct answer. In this case, the correct answer is P, which is option C. So, okay. So what is the difference between the F, K, and UZ? If you look at the difference of letters between F and K, it's 5. Between U and Z, it's also 5. And the one between K and U, it will be 11. It will be 11. So after 5, there'll be one letter and then again 5. So that's where the middle part, which falls between K and U, is the letter P, and that's where option C is the correct one. Okay, it's very simple. We'll move to this one. Here you are given some kind of tire marks. These are tire marks, okay? What you have to find is which is the front tire mark and which is the rear tire mark. There might be one mark which is wrong, which is placed completely in a wrong position. You have to find which is the front and the rear tire of the 3. And there's one tire mark which is completely wrong. Priya, wrong answer. Feni, wrong answer. Tanisha, wrong answer. Okay, in this case, look for the difference between, in this case, look for the difference and the size, not the size, but the space, sorry, look at the space difference between the lines, okay? And which line is following what line. If it is a front tire, there will be maximum curves that a front tire takes because that is where it is handling how it is turning. The back tire will have a smoother curve compared to the front tire because the back tire is kind of following the curves which the front tire takes drastically, but it's a much smoother curve compared to the front tire. This is your clue. Look at the difference between the 3 lines. What is the space between the 3 lines? And then understand the front tire will have maximum twists and turns. It will have, and the back tire will follow those twists and turns, but with a very smooth curve. It's a cycle. Okay. Ananya, your second option is correct. Priya, correct answer. In this case, if you look at the purple colored line is very drastic, and the difference, the space difference between, say, for example, the green and purple or blue and purple, it's too much. It's not possible that dono ek hi type ka ho. Thereby, I will eliminate that part completely. I will eliminate the purple line completely, and then I will just look at the purple and the blue and the green lines. When I start looking at the blue and the green lines is a smoother curve. The blue line is a very drastic curve. It is the one which is leading, and the green line is following. If you look at different positions where it is placed, so if I start with this curve, there's a slight edge which comes here for the green. There's a peak which is happening here for the blue, and that peak is further followed by the green line. There's a base which is happening here, and then that is again followed by the green. Thereby, I will say blue is the front, green is the rear, and purple is something else. I mean, I don't know what purple is, but purple is not a part of anything because of the sheer difference of space. So if you look at this vertical difference, I will say it's a lot of difference to be covered between a cycle track. I can still imagine a shorter distance, but this is quite a lot for me. So that's why I will choose the option C, which is here. Blue is the front and green is one which follows, which is the rear part. Okay. Any questions? Any doubt? All right. Let me see what's the next one, and if possible, we'll take that also. Yeah, it's possible to take this one. It's very simple. There's nothing difficult here. It's very simple. It's MCQ based. One answer is only correct here. You're given an illustration, a sort of a paper cut, paper folding technique, which is seen here. And you have to find when the paper is, laid out on the ground, which of these iteration will be the correct one. Kritika, wrong answer. Zeal, wrong answer. Jay, wrong answer. Penny, wrong answer. Pant, correct answer. Jay, wrong answer. In this case, what happens is what looks like a solid line in the 3D illustration, when it is folded, in the folded position, what looks like a straight line will appear like a curved line, will appear like a line with a kink, with a bend. But what appears like a bent line here will look like a straight line in the illustration. That's your hint. जो भी बेंड है वो सीधा लगेगा, जो सीधा लग रहा है फोल्डेड में वो बेंड हो जाएगा when the paper is unfolded. Tanisha, correct answer. Ananya, wrong answer. Navya, correct answer. Zeal, correct answer. Priya, wrong answer. In this case, like I said, because this edge which is of the staircase, not the shadow, but this edge which is of the staircase is shown like a straight line, it has to be a bent line. So it won't be in perspective, but it won't be in perspective, okay, in this case, because the distances is the same and it is folded. It's folded, so the distances has to be the same across. That's where option C and option D major position hai, because this rungs of the ladder, they are of the same width. I will say A, C or D में से दोनों में possible है. B, A और B में क्या हो रहा है? It's shown in perspective. If your rungs are shown in perspective, they're emphasized in perspective very drastically, with the lower ladder having a larger distance or upper में कम distance हो, then I will go with option B also. But here all the rungs are of the same sizes in the folded cutout, and that's why C or D में से कोई एक आएगा. Then I will say if How is the shadow looking? The shadow is folded. And clearly it has to be option C because इसमें वो shadow straight line है. When I fold it up, I will see that angle. And thereby option C clearly choose करूँगी. Option D I will eliminate completely. Because इसमें वो angle पे है. If the shadow वाला जो part है, अगर इसके parallelly एक और line run कर रहा होगा, जिसमें shadow भी ऐसे parallel में दिख रहा होता, तो option D आएगा.
Why can't it be B?
B नहीं हो सकता है because the rung sizes, because of the rung sizes. This is a larger, bigger size, and this is a smaller size. Because of that perspective, I will say कि sheer by the rung sizes only, I will say कि ये सारे distances तो same लगेंगे. And it's not that I have to look at this illustration from one or a different angle. I'm looking at it from any angle I will look at it, I will find the same. You know, it's not like how should I put it, road, you're seeing paintings drawn on the road which looks like 3D illustrations. I've seen those paintings. It's like that. So those paintings are supposed to be looked at from an angle when a person is seated or driving on a car, and that's why he will slow down. वो perspective को लाने के लिए I might have to skew the object. But in this case, it's a 3D illustration. In a 3D illustration, I will look at the horizontal dimension. The horizontal dimensions are same. In this case, will have to remain same because there is no angle perspective which I'm adding to the folded plate. From any angle I look at it, it will appear the same only. It is not that illustration that we see a horizontal surface where I only look at it from one angle and it looks like something else. Okay, it's not like that.
Okay.
Yeah, did I answer?
Yes.
Okay. So option C is the correct one here. All right. With this, we will stop this session. If you have any doubts,